Okay, hello and welcome to this random issue with normal maps in UV1. I think a majority of people don't come across this issue, so it's not very easy to Google. But when you do come across it and you're not very knowledgeable about the different ways that UV layers work and how normal maps are output from them, which I'm definitely not, it can be quite a head-banging issue to get a solution for, because even though I had been given a solution a few years ago from a colleague, and I was directed towards the comment that is linked below. It's like a thread. I still tried to Google it a few years later, and I couldn't find the solution. So I'm just making this video to just support that and just get the answer in video form for anyone that learns better that way. And we can try and look at this issue. This mess of things on the screen right now is me trying to display the problem in a way, but it might make it more, it's still going to be difficult to understand, I think, if you've never seen this before. So basically, the baseline of the issue is if I use this switch to switch from UV0 to UV1, like this, then you can very clearly see with this light that's on it that the center normal there has swapped direction. So it's now rendering upside down, as if it's rendering inside rather than outside, because the actual result should be like this, and it's clearly not based on the this top line here should be picking up this light nicely. The bottom one should be in shadow like it is, even though this one on the left has the arrows pointing the other way. It still recognizes which orientation it's in, which is good. But then this one, suddenly I've rotated one here, so now both this one and this one are pointing down, but it's appeared to go inside rather than outside. So the reason that that's happening, which I'll try and explain, is, as you can see in UV0 here, I've got these this writing on this checker texture. Those Ds are upside down, D3, D4, so on, all upside down in that orientation. And then this one's the right way up for us, so we can read it D1, D2, D3, D4. So when they're in this orientation on UV0, but a different orientation, as you can see, actually two of them are remaining the same, even though one of them is upside down and one's the right way up. When I swap this for UV2, so that this one's still the same orientation as UV0, and this one is still the same orientation as UV1, as UV0, sorry, but this one is flipped. So when I do this, apart from a slight zoom change, they are actually the same. Apart from this middle one, and these other bits are rotating differently as well, but I'll ignore them for now. So this problem appears when the UV map rotates the UVs differently to UV0, and it's very important that it is UV0, because basically UV0 is the one that calculates all this in world space, and it runs the render process or whatever it does to adjust the normal map for that orientation. So when I'm applying UV1, because some of these are facing a different direction, you can see that essentially it can't understand which way's up and down, and the mismatch always seems to result in the green channel being read wrong and actually flipping it. So the solution to that, because you might actually, well, firstly, if you're working on a large art team, you can't really verify that everyone's making their UVs rotated to world space, or at least the same rotation as UV1, as UV0, sorry, that's going to be confusing. And then other than that, if you want UV0 to actually be a different rotation, because in some cases the trim sheet might be orientated differently, then you don't want to have to worry about this stuff. although ideally not doing it might be the best solution. Within the actual UV nodes here, the material nodes, if I use this Derive tangent bias, and then the output from that is a world space normal, if I transform that back into tangent space, then you can see when I apply that, that things start looking correct again. So, I mean, the alignment is actually pretty bad, but other than that, these are technically correct in the sense that this light is now catching above on the top, and so that trim sheet would flow normally. An issue with this, well, I think that covers most of the issues. It is a blue node, so you can look into it and actually try and work out how the maths works. I personally don't understand this whole ddx ddy thing, so you know, all of this makes no sense to me, but it is something that you can try and work out and figure out what the issue is. I think that pretty much covers a solution for a problem that you probably never had. But if you do come across the problem, then hopefully this has been helpful. And yeah, you can get the normals facing the right way now. That's about it. So catch you in the next video.